Well, it never was something I planned to do until Katrina. And after Katrina, my sister lived in Mandeville, or still lives in Mandeville, but after Katrina, I went back with her. She had evacuated. I went back with her to Mandeville to help clean up her place, which had gotten flooded, both her office and her house. And we didn't have any power. I mean, we were there for about 10 days after Katrina had hit. There was still no power the whole time. And so we ate a lot of sandwiches, and then we'd get in a car and drive for a long ways to go find somewhere to eat sometimes. But it was really a hassle. We'd have to cut into what we were trying to do. And then the Red Cross IRF came around, and I'd never seen that. I was familiar with the Red Cross, but not that familiar. But they came around twice a day, every day, and it was like it wasn't the first few days we were there because you couldn't get through the roads. But after about the third or fourth day we were there, they started coming around. It was like, wow, what a relief this is. And I was very impressed. At the time, I thought they cooked on the IRF and everything. I thought they did all the food preparation. But I just thought that was really cool. And I thought to myself, I was working at full time at the time. And I thought, well, if I ever retired, which I didn't think I was going to ever do, that's the first thing I want to do is go volunteer for the Red Cross and drive one of those. And sure enough, a couple of years later, I did retire early, and that was one of the first things I did was go get trained as a volunteer. And it was because I saw what a difference it made, and it really impressed me that people would be doing that. So after the tornado in January that came through Tuscaloosa and North Alabama, and particularly hit Birmingham the hardest, Annette and I took the IRF from here up to the Birmingham area to do the feeding on the truck. And it was the first time either one of us had done that. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, we were both ready to go and anxious to go and wanted to do that. But I remember the morning, and it was very fulfilling. It was very good. All the things you'd expect to drive the IRF. But the one morning, about the third day, it was pouring down rain when we got up. I mean, just pouring down. Not lightning and thundering, but just a gusher. And I thought, surely we're not going to take that IRF out in this kind of weather. Well, you know what? It's like the mill. It doesn't stop. The IRF goes out anyway and takes food out anyway. And then I thought, well, they're going to send us out in this horrible weather, but there won't be anybody to give the food to. Well, darn, it was lots of people to give the food to. I mean, they were still working. They were still cleaning up debris and in the houses working and repairing. It was amazing. You couldn't see a lot of people, but once we'd pull up and stop, they'd come out, just in droves. So excited somebody would bring them food in that kind of weather. I would say absolutely do it. It's well worth it. Sometimes it doesn't seem like you're making any difference, but you always are. And I would also say to get all the training you can get across the board, not just focus on one thing, just so you can have a better picture of what the Red Cross does. I would say to anybody who's interested, that's the way to do it. Go take every course you can take, and then volunteer every opportunity you can, and spend as much time as you can getting to know the organization. Of all the organizations that you could volunteer with, and there are plenty of really good ones that you could do good, and you could feel like you're making a difference in the world. But to me, the Red Cross gets in more places than anything. It's highly respected, highly regarded, throughout communities. And when people see you coming like in a Red Cross vehicle or in a Red Cross vest or a shirt or anything, they automatically associate you with somebody who's out to help and provide some kind of relief or some kind of service. And for me, that says something. The Red Cross has an amazing reputation. And I wouldn't even do anything except giving out comfort kits, but it was amazing how much just the reputation of the Red Cross meant. And I was very impressed with that too. So I would say if anybody's considering either donating or participating, they're giving their time, that's an area that's worth it.